And it is I, G. Gordon. All right, now, ladies and gentlemen, one of the most detested people in the United States is Nancy Pelosi. And she is, of course, a member of the House of Representatives, representing the district that includes the town of San Francisco, the city of San Francisco. And she's been there all these many years, but she has been challenged now. John Dennis is running against Nancy Pelosi. He's an accomplished businessman, an entrepreneur. He's been a pro-liberty Republican for a quarter of a century. He and his wife Heather and daughter Devan make their home in the Pacific Heights neighborhood of San Francisco. And Mr. Dennis, welcome to the program.
Mr. Liddy, it is my pleasure.
Now, I understand that you attended Fordham University at the same time my three sons did.
I did, and as well as your lovely daughter.
Oh, my, that's really something.
In fact, Tom and I were in the same play, The Taming of the Shrew.
Oh, boy.
Which you were in the audience for with a large telephoto lens.
Well, I tell you, I did not realize then that I was photographing the next United States representative from San Francisco.
The star of the play commented, he said, that lens looks like a howitzer, it's so big.
That's right. Now, you're a businessman, entrepreneur, and so forth, and what determined you to run against Nancy Pelosi?
Well, I've always had strong political convictions, and a few years ago, I think it's tied into my daughter's birth. My daughter was born about 4 years ago. As a 25-year Republican, I was frustrated with the country. I was frankly frustrated with my own party. I thought we missed an opportunity to actually reduce the size of government. Instead, we grew it faster than any administration since LBJ, and I decided to get involved in local politics and worked on a couple of campaigns and was looking to find a candidate in this race against Pelosi who would say the things that all of us want to hear people say and say them in a way that everyone wants to hear them said. And at the end of the day, I just decided to be that candidate.
Now, people, I think, in the rest of the country have a stereotypical view of the typical citizen of San Francisco. And that is off the edge of the cliff to the left, kind of person. But I know you're not that kind of person, and I'm just wondering, what is your assessment of the number of San Franciscans who have not drunk the Nancy Pelosi Kool-Aid?
No. Well, I think, there's a fun media stereotype about the country. And, we do have we have a Star Wars bar of characters who do live in this town. But most cities do. And, there's the whole theater that goes on in City Hall, but most people get up every day. They get their kids ready for school, go to work, come home, spend time with their families, live very conservative lifestyles. And in a recent election, last year there was a ballot measure in the state of California to increase taxes, and San Francisco voted against it 58%.
Wow.
We may have seen the limits of government, sir. San Francisco voted against a tax increase. So there's a sort of a newfound fiscal conservatism that's tied into the economic environment, socially moderate, and sort of fits my positions. Mm-hmm. And if you look at it on a value proposition by value proposition level between me and Nancy Pelosi, there's really no comparison. And I think there are a lot of votes to win. And what we're finding is that Democrats, 1 out of 4 Democrats, are saying that they will absolutely not vote for Nancy Pelosi.
Wow. Do they give a reason? I mean, she hasn't gone far enough to the left, or she's gone too far?
Well, that's one problem where I can't help them on the health care. She didn't go far enough to the left and didn't accomplish what they wanted. But on other issues, just very upset and sick of her class warfare, and yet she lives this elite lifestyle at the taxpayer expense. A lot of people are very upset about her, how she hated the wars under George Bush, and now she's in the back rooms of Washington twisting arms to continue funding them. They find that no matter what your position on the war, you have to see the hypocrisy in that. So the left is upset, and the independents have had it up to here with her. I mean, we're talking off the charts. 7, 8 out of 10 say they're not going to vote for her. So a lot of winnable votes. I think
very
we can win
encouraging
them.
for you.
Yeah.
Now, tell me, is there much of a Tea Party or town hall presence in your area there in San Francisco?
Oh, sure. Yeah, there are Tea Parties regularly right in the middle of San Francisco. And there's a very big liberty scene too. In fact, we're connected to that a whole bit, with the strong constitutionalists, and they are the backbone of my campaign. We were in the rain the other day, a couple dozen people walking around, going door to door. Mm-hmm. So
that's believe it or not, that's often the key to victory: ability to and willingness. To go door to door and make that personal connection.
And you have to start with believing. I think that what's dissuaded Republicans in the past from taking this race seriously is they've confused the mission. The mission isn't to convert San Francisco from liberalism to conservatism. The mission is to just get enough votes to defeat Nancy Pelosi.
Right.
And that's my mission, and we utterly and completely believe that we can win. In fact, we believed we can win before Scott Brown happened. And now it's something we talk about openly.
Well, sure. I mean, it must be a tremendous encouragement. I mean, depending upon your political perspective in Massachusetts, it's either the Boston Massacre or the Massachusetts Miracle. And, it might just as well be a miracle in San Francisco, too. What do you think of the California situation? We understand that the state is virtually bankrupt, and I was pondering, why that would happen. California being such, so rich in natural resources and in human resources and everything else, and I came to the conclusion that it was hubris. In other words, what in the world was the California legislation doing? Appropriating funds to study stem cell research. I mean, a hospital might do that, or but why would California be funding stem cell research?
Or any government, for that matter.
Yeah,
it's not the appropriate role of government. I mean, my position is, I think government's job is just to protect our rights. And that's it. When you read that Constitution, it sure seems to match up with that opinion. So
it sure does, and it's sure an easy read.
It's amazing how cluttered people's thinking is about the Constitution. But Article 1, Section 8 makes it, and then the 10th Amendment make it crystal clear where we stand. So I think that 95% of what's happening, even here in California, but 95% of the problems that we have are because we have too much government intervention in our lives around the board, mm-hmm. And that extension of interventions, is because they disregard the Constitution. We have a contract with the federal government that they unilaterally disregard.
Yeah.
So instead of having a limited constitutional republic, we have an unlimited government by whatever Pelosi can get away with. And unfortunately, that gravy train is coming to an end, not just in California but in the country.
Yeah, we can't afford any more of these gravy trains. John, RCA 8, what does that sort of acronym stand for?
RCA 8, well, we're in the 8th Congressional District.
There it is.
You know what, that's my fault, because what I said is I would love to hear those initials, Republican, California, 8.
Oh, I see. Yeah. He put them up there on the board, and I thought it was. I thought it was maybe your bumper sticker or something.
Help make that a reality, but that was by way of
music, lovely music. RCA. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that was by way of asking to make sure we got your website. That's all.
Yeah. What is your website, John?
It's JohnDennis2010.com. It is the single most visited campaign website in America today.
JohnDennis2010.com. Folks, this is a good cause. And if you're going to help folks outside your own district, I can't urge too strongly. John Dennis.
Sir, we can win. Stay with this campaign. We're going to do something interesting.
Boy, oh boy.
And Mr. Liddy, if you see someone going to San Francisco with flowers in their hair, what will you say to them?
Flower children, go pluck yourselves.
I hate that song.
Me too. Okay.
Oh, God.
Okay, John. God bless you. Good luck, and thank you for being our guest.
Sir, the pleasure's mine. I hope to chat with you again soon.
Yeah, I'll say hello to the boys for you.